All right, so I'm probably gonna go more in depth into this, but I made a mistakes video, like mistakes not to make. However, however, let's just say that there's something that kind of fucked up my account. I'd say I'm behind because of this for the most part, because I missed out on big resources through hyperlink charter. So let me explain first a bit of context before we go into it, and that's related to the fact that materials are very hard to come by for everything. Upgrading, even modules. Like I'm at 1.5, which is a pretty respectable number. Let's say this one's pretty good. Damn, when did I get this? This is pretty good. So let's say I'm at like what 1.5. You see, that's 80k, 90k, 100k. I'm at 1.25 now. Suddenly I'm at 1.25. Okay, so the coins that you need is very difficult. But then they're also like, why not make it that also getting the skill level ups for the traits is also very difficult? And then they're like, okay, but also for shells, I'm at 177, guys. I was just at 600k, and 600k is not easy to come by. So all of these things are very important. And let's just say that hyperlink charter helps facilitate all of it. Okay, it helps facilitate all of it. I'm about to be 40. I'm definitely behind. I'm not gonna lie. I did miss a couple refreshes. My bad. But it is the beta, so cut me some slack. Now, with hyperlink charter, what you guys need to know is that you are on this shit 24/7, okay? You wake up, you open hyperlink charter. You see what you have to do, okay? That is your plan for the day. If you are planning to be spending a lot, if you're planning to spend a lot of time, either money or time or both, right? You're gonna need to live, breathe, and eat hyperlink charter, okay? Your life will revolve around this as you continue into the game. And I didn't realize this because, for example, I think Leon was at like 0 out of 84, like commission was at like 9 out of 162. This was like 10 out of 114. And I very quickly got like 40 pulls by just doing these, first of all, which I don't know what I got. I didn't get Doki. I got Doki before that, but I don't think I got an SSR yet. I do not think I got an SSR yet. I did not. I'm like very close. But all these summons for the most part, all done because of the missions. So what it is essentially is 5 different sets of missions. So in Commission Chronicle, it's going to be different types of things. And it gives a lot, right? Every time you complete one of these, you're going to get some amount of pulls. 2 pulls. 100 crystals, that's 1 pull. The jelly, which is probably even more important. 2 pulls. 2 pulls. 100 crystals. 2 pulls. 1 orange jelly, amazing. 2 pulls, 100 crystals, so on and so forth, right? So long term, this is going to be very important. But it's not the pulls that's what's very good. It's actually the resources. So while this is 10k, that's also 50k. That's also 50k. That's 25k for the shells, right? That's 25k for like coins, right? That's 50k. That's 100k. That's 150k. Like these start to add up, right? These start to add up a lot. So you're gonna want to make sure that as you progress, this is basically meant as a very good progression system that I was not taking advantage of because I was spending. So I'm like, okay, I don't need it. But then at a certain point, boom, I get hit. I run into the wall, and then here we are, where I was spending, I think, 2 to 3 hours today catching up. So you want to be doing it as you go, okay? No procrastination on this because you will fall behind and it's just going to suck, right? I think doing it as you go is better because you don't got to dedicate, like, actually just time to this, and also it's going to save you stamina in the way that I have to redo floors I did before because it didn't count, right? Because I could do it 10 times, but it's not going to count because I haven't gotten to like Expert 3, for example, right? And I didn't do Terramatum, for example, or I already did it, but I wasn't at this part, so I have to redo it another 10 times. So you're going to want to do it as you go as much as you can. Even for modules, like I have to do this still. I'm slowly doing it, to be fair. I am doing it, so that's good. And then I'll get 2 pulls from this. So it's going to give pulls. Now, these are very important because it's going to let you start up, which is going to give you, like, it's an awakening. You level up, you get extra stats, and then it lets you start up, and then you're going to be able to level up more and give you more stats and more stats and more stats. So it's very important. And look at that. Sheesh! 140, 150. And then another 25, another 25. That's 200k. 200k. It's 2 levels of a gear piece, yet you hear me going crazy over it, and you're going to understand why. Okay, 2 million could be 2 gear pieces, and it's gone. So I'm trying to see what the end game is for getting gold, because it's something. It is surely something. By the way, I haven't done story yet. All I know, this woman, hot as hell. Hot as hell. Now for shell tuning, also very important. I like that it gives stuff for shells also. With, I think this guy's name is Alicorn. But you're gonna see, like, just as you go, like, even at that, like, what, this is 170 total currency, right? Like, the amount of currency you're getting. I was at 1k and I even did a multi. I think I've wasted like an extra 2k. I'd be at like 5k, but I still have 3k. So it's like being able to do this is gonna give you the currency needed. So please, as you go, as you get into the game, as you continue, please start doing it. Even the arena one is actually pretty decent. So all of this is going to be very good, and I do think that maybe you could say, like, oh, it does show that the resources are kind of finite to a like it's too fine-tuned, which I think you could obviously make that argument. I actually don't think you would be wrong. And like, look at that, I did 6 runs and I got 40k coins. Like, it's not much. It's definitely not much. Now, what I do want to say is, if you go in like arena and all that, and I'm very close to unlocking a gear shop, which I think I'm going to get tomorrow morning, which I'm fine with. I don't want to use these refreshes. I want to save them for like actually the good stuff to save it for. There's no stamina pack stem. So essentially, these shops are actually very important to like full send on materials. So I did get some pulls, but I would most likely get like the red shadow print. You need 5 of these, and they're very hard to get in total. I only have 3 6 stars because of how hard they are. 3 6 stars with how much I spent and everything is definitely not a lot. I think you get up to like 5 or 6 right now. And if you get the weekly passes, maybe 7, but that's like you're buying everything weekly. Because for example, there are some here. There's a red one and 4 yellows, but that's literally not even like, it's not even 2/3, I think. You wouldn't even be getting 2/3 of a 6-star. But in the arena and, well, both PvP shops, you're able to get like a bunch of materials in terms of coins, which I think are the main things you should get for gear. It would be coins and then the XP. Then also, obviously, the shadow prints. Then for the arena, it would also likewise be the shadow prints. And then the coins, right? I think it's just the most important. They just made it the most important by far. So that's kind of what you're going to be targeting with a lot of this. If you want to get a Lattice, I could totally understand. I just don't think pulls are worth it at all. And that's kind of just how it is, right? In terms of what you're kind of aiming for, it is basically getting as many coins as you can. I feel like my units overall, I have a good amount of units built. It's just I spread myself too thin, right? As of right now, from Doki to Messiah are all units that I've actually like put stuff into. I'm gonna also be building some other ones, but just with how much, right, I've had to kind of put into all these units, it does dry you thin. It really like squeezes you, bro. It squeezes you, right? Like not even a drop of water left in the towel, okay? It's that bad. It really is that bad. But you have to be very smart with it. And it is, bro, I feel like I'm working overtime. They got me out here like nodding me, bro. Holy shit. And I want to feel like Zani, right? I want to feel like Zani. No overtime needed, but right now they got me working like Nanami. So listen, you want to make sure that you're doing those, what are they called? The hyperlink charter missions as you go, getting as much materials as you can from the exchange shop, and you're going to have a much better experience than I did. And on launch, we're going to see just how much better I'm going to see, and I'll be able to tell you guys how much better it was for me. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video. See you in the next one.